Welcome back, everybody, to Cubone Radio, your one-stop shop for all things Pokemon, TCG, video games, and anything and everything in between. My name's Rain, and we're here on our episode 5 of our playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red. This thing is super nostalgic and fun. Nostalgic. I'm leaving that in there. And fun. And just been a blast to play through so far. In this episode, we are getting ourselves a Thunder Badge and working our way to the next big dungeon area of the game. It's a big cave that we're going to need an HM for. And we need an HM to get our Thunder Badge too. We need Cut, and I actually don't have a Pokemon that could use Cut. So we're just going to go over here and grab a Diglett, because Diglets can use Cut. I may have completely forgotten about my plan for which Pokemon was going to use Cut, but I'm going to remember it here in just a second. So going through here, obviously you're going to run into a lot of Diglets. They're pretty good experience if you really needed to grind on something, because level 16 is not too bad, and I don't think they're going to do a lot to you, especially if you're going to level up a flying Pokemon. They wouldn't be able to hurt you at all. So we're just going to teach Cut to Diglett right here, and that's going to let us get through any and all of those little tree bushes that you see floating around. And right here is I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. The reason I caught that Spearow is because I was going to trade it for a Farfetch'd. Because Farfetch'd is a great little HM Pokemon to have. He's going to be able to learn Cut, and he's going to be able to learn Fly. Any Pokemon that learns double HMs can be very handy. Another one we're going to have to find eventually is one that can use Flash for us, and another one that's going to be able to use Surf. But first, we have to act like a moron. I'm going to speed this one up a little bit, because I may have spent a little bit too much time in this dungeon, in this gym, not remembering how the trash can puzzle worked. Letting you guys know so you can learn from my horrible mistakes. So when you get the first click, it's going to be a trash can immediately to the side or top of it. So if you get one in a corner, you've got a 50-50 chance. And so I always try to check around the outside before I go in the center. And finally, our Geodude is evolving into Graveler. And that's a great little upgrade for him. He gets a bunch of cool extra points, I think. I'm not terribly certain, but I'm pretty sure he does. And is just a really cool looking Pokemon. And again, I talked about this before. The only bad part is he is one of those Pokemon you need to trade to be able to evolve up into another version of himself. That would be Golem, which is a really cool looking Pokemon that I don't think I've ever actually had. Because back in the day, I was sad and didn't have any friends to trade with, so I never got to evolve those up. I wasn't even smart enough to buy a second one and trade with myself. But enough of my sad history. Let's get into this fight with Lieutenant Surge. He's not going to be able to do a darn thing against us because we prepared correctly and came in here with a Pokemon that's going to be highly, if not completely, resistant to everything he's going to try. And he doesn't even get to try that much because we out-level him. I mean, he's level 24 on his Raichu. It's the first Raichu we get to see. And we're just going to one-shot him with Metronome and get up to level 26. So Geodude did exactly what we caught him to do. Get through the electric gym, even though we started with a water Pokemon. I actually think if we would have just leveled up our water Pokemon up into a little higher and not even had a ground Pokemon, we probably would have ran through that guy pretty hard. In the great words of General Patton, we would have ran through him like crap through a goose. Great quote if you ever watched that movie. I'm so old. Okay, so we have to go get Flash back on target here. We need to go get our HM Flash. And I'm still stupid. I forgot we needed 10 Pokemon caught for this guy to give us the HM Flash. So we need to go catch some more Pokemon. I'm going to go also up and get the amber that can get into an Aerodactyl? I forget, the flying rock fossil guy. And you can learn, I believe, body slam or body toss or something like that from the other scientists there, but I didn't want to learn that right now. I came over here hoping I could learn, if I could catch, the Nido guys, because there's 2 of them. But I didn't see any of them, and I decided I'm just going to go back into the bug forest and catch some stuff. Clipped a little video because I forgot to hit record again. I did catch a Pikachu, which I wish I would have caught you guys. Wish I would have had on camera catching. Can't talk at all. But the idea here is to get a Weedle and to get a Caterpie, and then evolve the Weedle into its Kakuna, and that's going to give me my 10 Pokemon. Even if it didn't totally give me my 10, I could then evolve that Kakuna into a Beedrill, because if you evolve that Weedle into a Kakuna, it's going to continue to have the Sting move instead of just the Harden like the Kakunas you see normally. So that's something, if you do want to evolve into those, or a Venonat or Venomoth from the other one, just remember, evolve, do the full evolution. Don't just start catching those, because then you're just going to be stuck hardening and it's going to take forever. So there's our Kakuna. That gives us 10. So we just need to get out of the forest. Surprisingly, I don't know if we got poisoned at all. Small miracles. So we just need to go down, remember where the hell this guy is, because I went to talk to that guy with glasses. It was another guy with glasses. So I was profiling. My bad. So now we've got 5. Luckily, we caught that Pikachu, and that's going to let us have him learn Flash. Because the reason we need Flash is because we're going into a new mountainous area that I'll go into soon. Probably in the next episode. But we need to get through a big trainer rally. There's a bunch of trainers that we get to go against. I'm probably going to try and skip a few, just because I want to keep them for later if I do decide to level up some other Pokemon, and I want to give them more chances to fight. So going through the Diglett Cave, I did find out that you can't run away from Digletts in this game, because they have some secondary trait that makes it so you can't even switch Pokemon. So that was a bit of a pain in the butt. I am still trying to get Kakuna up, just because I figured might as well get that Beedrill in my thing for a little bit of fun. And I believe they actually turn into Beedrill at 10. They're really fast evolving Pokemon, mostly because they're very weak. So we're going to do the underground thing here, and I am going to jump over and show you guys the little area where you could put one of your Pokemon in the daycare, and that's going to let you just slowly get them leveled up. Okay, we're in a new area. We are in Route 9. Route 9 just has a buttload of trainers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trainers in this area, with a pretty wide selection of different things that you can actually fight against. This one we're fighting against all plant Pokemon, 2 Oddishes and 2 Bellsprouts. This is one of those ones that if you play Fire Red, you can only get Oddishes, and if you played Leaf Green, you can get Bellsprouts, but this lets you see both of them. And Wartortle's just gonna, do fairly good against that, but of course, we're poisoned again. Jeez, we get poisoned a lot, that's so irritating. So I went back, I healed up, got rid of that poison, and continued on. Now we're going against a guy that's going to have a Machamp and an Onix. So pretty easy match for us, because again, he's 10 levels below us, and we can just run him over with our Wartortle. And we're really building up that Wartortle to a nice degree, because we do want to get it fully evolved eventually, and it's going to be one of our main Pokemon throughout the game, so I really want to get it to around 40 fairly quickly. So continuing on with more trainers, this is a good one. It's very different from the area. This guy's going to have both fire Pokemon, Growlithe and Charmander, and a little more powerful at 21. Obviously, they're not going to even get moves off because we're really fast. and they're both fire types, so just crushing it there. While we're going through these trainers, ask you guys a couple questions. You know, if you're listening this far in, let me know how you're enjoying the series so far. What Pokemon do you really want to see me have on my team? I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going for, but maybe I'll put an extra one on there just to, it's a little incentive for people to comment, because commenting really helps out with those analytics and gets this video shoved out to more people. Trying to dodge that guy and dodge her, and that gets us through to Route 10, which we're not going to actually catch anything on Route 10. And we get to the Poké Center, and that's going to be about it for us. Next episode, we are going to get into the mountainous area, Rock Tunnel. But that is going to be it for today's episode. You can look forward to that Rock Tunnel next episode. Hopefully you guys are liking these episodes. Hopefully you're liking and subscribing. Okay, guys, that's it for me. My name's Rain. You're listening to Cubone Radio, and I'll see you in the next one.